Have you figured out your niche? Are you helping adding value to other people's lives? Then you're in the right place. Welcome to Munira's Musings with your host, co-author of Conversations with Top Real Estate Investors Volume 3, Munira Zahabi.
Greetings from Chicagoland. This is Munira with another episode of Munira's Musings. Welcome to our show. Today my guest is Creative Solutions from Madeline Faiella, all the way from
Hollywood, Florida. It's between Miami and Fort Lauderdale.
Perfect. We're going to learn about what Creative Solutions is and what Madeline does. Let me tell you a little bit about who I am. So I am Munira Zahabi and I am the niche navigator. I help people align the skills they're required and then take those and find the niche flourishing, because that's what we are looking for. Everybody wants abundance in their life and they don't know how to do it. Let me teach you, because you know what? It's not going to fall out of your sky. If you do, you're going to find your riches by figuring out your niche. My show, Munira's Musings, is about bringing people with niches on this, on the show and exposing them and promoting them in my own way, because somebody has a story and they all want to learn about it. So we want to learn what Madeline is all about. Welcome to our show, Madeline.
Thank you. I was so honored when I saw you go, hey, are you there? And I'm like, yes, absolutely. So my name's Madeline Faiella. I live in Hollywood, Florida, and I'm going to jump right in because I really have passion about what you do, and it fits right in with how I found my niche.
All right.
So the best thing...
You have to know a little bit about yourself, so tell us things that you want us to know that we don't know.
Okay, absolutely. I'll tell you a little bit of my backstory. I was a singer for 25 years. I traveled the world. I lived overseas for about 10 years. I am also an artist, and that's something that I'm going to marry. I'm marrying that into my work right now. As of next month, I'm an author. Woo-hoo!
Awesome!
Yes, very excited. I coach women, a few good men, so that they can tap into their courage, because courage, as Aristotle said, is the doorway to everything else. Here is what I did in order to find my niche. I decoded my entire life. I wanted to know how I got through all the things that I got through. My mom used to tell me, you've got 9 lives. I've had accidents, I've had kidney operation, I've had 2-year almost fatal depression. And I managed to get out of all of it. So I believe in teach what you know. I believe in learn more about what you know so that you teach it in a knowledgeable and succinct manner. So I do teach in a couple of modalities. So let's go back to niche. The closer I got to who I am, the closer I got to my niche. Just got goosebumps. It is so true that if you know yourself, then you can teach others what you know. Now, there's a big difference from presenting and training as opposed to actually coaching with people, and everyone kind of lumps that together. And I'd like for you not to do that, because they are separate things and they are presented in separate ways. I say, for example, I'm going to present to a corporation. I will then present their information, but I stay in my niche because I deliver with courage and with compassion and with everything that I teach. However, when I'm coaching someone, I'm going really deep, and there's no repetition in what I'm teaching them. The repetition comes in your application. The repetition comes in your application. The best way to find your niche is to do two things that I'm going to share with you. One thing is take a piece of paper, just put a line down the center, and on the left-hand side, write down all the fears that you have. I know, give me a minute. I know it sounds a little crazy, but I'll tell you what, all of the entrepreneurs, all of the successful people out there are considered just a little bit crazy. You know why? Because we think out of the box.
Ah,
We think out of the box, and your niche is out of that box. So I want to get you out of the box so you can find your niche. This lady is the expert. And how I did it was I realized my strengths. So you write your fears down on one side of that paper. And on the other side, I want you to write, just like you were a kid, why is the sky blue? So you say, I have a fear of rejection. Why? And then you have an answer. Well, because I'm afraid of what people will think of me. And then you go, why? And you go down, you drill 5 times. And you do that with all your fears. This is the first step to finding out who you are. The second thing is to find out all your strengths. Take I just got goosebumps. Take every strength that you have and write it down. I don't care if you make the best pancake, if you're a writer, if you are an engineer, if you're a mom. Look at how well you've done the things that you have strength in. I think you'd agree, Munira, right?
yes. Oh, yes. That's why we align your abilities and skills.
Absolutely. Your talents, your abilities, and your gifts. Another thing for finding your niche, be very grateful for the small, tiny little things in your life, and do not let them go unnoticed. Because, yeah, little things are big things. Often in those little things, you will find your niche. So I'm going to give you a third thing that works for me and that I have all my clients do, and it has worked for them. Journal every day, even if it's a sentence, and put something you're grateful for. And it doesn't have to be huge. I was grateful one day for my toothbrush. And you know, think about it. How many, especially if we're in the United States, you're already in a particular 1% in the world. Be grateful. We have the opportunities. Drop your ego. That's another way to find your niche. Drop your ego and get down to who you are. Tap into you. When you're maligned, you will find your niche. Now, I will admit it took me a while. And one of the reasons is, like many people, Munira, we have so many things that we want to do. We can't seem to get into one, but I can testify that if you persevere, and when you get tired, don't quit. Richard Branson says, just rest. And if he's got 300 to 400 corporations, I think he knows what he's talking about.
Uh-huh. Yes, of course.
And I agree. So when you get tired, rest. Don't quit, because so many entrepreneurs stop. They stop. It didn't work. And your niche may come in your third business. Your niche may come in a week, a month, a year, 2 years. The key is not how long it takes. The key is your production and progress to your niche. That niche is already there. I got goosebumps again. You just don't know it. There's a lot of head chatter going on.
Yeah, that little voice in your head, the gremlin.
Right? The monkeys, the gremlins, the head chatter, the head gremlins. It's like, and the way to shut that off is to continue to journal, have morning rituals, evening rituals. Be healthy.
I went to a money mastermind thing, and what they said to me was, you hear the chatter and you say, thank you for the information.
Exactly.
And that's it.
I'm here to tell you that at any age, if you desire change and you want to change your behavior, you will find your niche.
So let me ask you this. So you said find yourself, right? And
Yes.
you said you go through the 5 layers deep. Dean Graziosi talks about the 7 layers deep.
Yes.
By the fourth layer, you are not thinking from here, you start thinking from there.
Right.
So, and that's what's happening. But so when you drop your ego and find yourself, how exactly does one do this?
You have to become vulnerable. And that means, for me, the best way to do that is in silence. I call it in between the twos. So we have 2 atoms, 2 molecules, 2 macromolecules, 2 neurons. And no matter how far down we go, there's a little space in between. In that space is where we find answers. In that space is where we can ask questions. And we get to that space by being silent. It took a lot of inner work to find my niche. And the other key is know why you are doing it. Do not go after the money. Trust me, it doesn't work that way. So when you want to find yourself, be vulnerable. And the way to be vulnerable is to just take a breath and look exactly at where you are. Your feet are in front of you. Anything that happened in your life behind you is gone. And you don't know the future. Crystal balls don't work. We are right in the moment. And the more we are present, the more we're able to find out who we are, grow, and therefore find our niche. So I realized that I had my niche all my life, no matter what else I was doing. I was always the mediator. I was always reading psychology books. I loved the brain, and I knew people, especially culturally, because I traveled so much. So you take everything that you know, write it down, write the things you love, write the things you don't like. Everything you don't like, just remove it. Now you're closer to focus. And if you want to focus in the present and on a daily basis, one of my mentors told me this, and it truly helped me, Munira. Take 20 things that are on your mind, bring them into 5, and then choose 3. But here's the caveat. They have to be goals, not tasks. Laundry is a task. So when I needed to do the laundry, but I had to I was writing my book, what do you think I chose? The laundry will go nowhere, but the book needs to stay in momentum. That means I am in my niche. So our niche comes when we let go and accept things about like I accepted myself, flaws and all. And I learned to laugh at it. And I'm like, oh my God, you're so cute. Look at the things you do. Everybody has their own little path. Stay in your lane, bro. And then our creativity branches out of there. So how we do it is totally unique. No one can do what you're doing the way that you're doing it. No one can do what I do the way that I do it, because we are seriously unique. And although we are built as humanoids, every single brain is just a little bit different.
True.
So to find your niche, one of the keys is to let go, find out who you are, make sure you face your fears, because a lot of people are afraid to do the things that they love. They're afraid of rejection. People are going to compare, yada, yada, all of that judgment. That holds us back from what is our godly right and are meant to live abundant lives. So your niche has to come from within you, constant motion. And when we're in alignment, our niche comes to us. It did take me a while, but I found it. It took me a while, but you must persevere. And there will be challenges. You're not just going to wake up one day, okay, oh, this is my niche. And even if you've been doing something for 30 years, You may want to do it in a different way. So you're going to find that creativity outside of that. So your niche now will be very different. We have amazing potential.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And when people would talk to them about a niche, or when they were talking to me, I had to get over like, geez, that has to be so tiny. But why can't I do many things? The truth is you can do many things, but not at one time. So do one thing first. I love working with my clients. I'm a public speaker. I'll be an author as of next month. And all of that happened more quickly when I narrowed down what I was doing, when I was totally present, and I stay in silence a lot.
But finding your niche is not hard. It's sit down and explore down into yourself to figure out who you are, what you are, why you are.
Exactly.
Once you figure that out, it's such a wonderful feeling of liberation. And talk it out. I mean, you don't have to be in front of people to talk to somebody. You can have a conversation with yourself.
It's always just a conversation.
And if you do that, the reason the words that are spoken could then lead to another thing that could be a brilliant.
Exactly.
Or write it down, journal.
Actually, that's brilliant too.
You're right. So there you go, folks. All you have to do is look for within yourself. Because you know what? Once you find yourself, you'll find your energy. And that's what's supposed to come out. I meet people who are so unhappy with everything in their life.
I know.
They hate their job. They hate their boss. They don't do it. It's because they haven't looked within themselves. And if you look within yourself, you'll be more happier because you find what you're looking for. Most people sit outside the realm they are in. It's not outside. It's all within you.
Always in.
You are that person. You are going to create your own destiny. I'm so excited for people who come to me because I am the niche manager. I help them find their niche. The work is done. It's a transformation. And I see
it is a transformation.
Butterflies coming out of their cocoons, and it is so wonderful. It's so exciting. And my mentor right now is Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins. I'm doing this course with them. And he said, if people love what they do, it shows in their faces. It shows in the passion. And if you're passionate about that, if you're looking for that passion, look within yourself. It's awesome. Thank you so much. This has been such a wonderful conversation.
Thank you.
I love the fact that you said, put the paper down, draw a line, put all your fears, then start asking your questions.
Yes.
That is going to help you so much. It's the 7 layers of what the Graziosi says, the 7 layers of fear.
Yes.
Go ahead and figure this out because, there's so many people that are walking around in the darkness. And we need to stop that.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Munira's Musings with your host, Munira Zahabi. If you enjoyed our show, please share and subscribe to this channel. And for more content, please join our Facebook
I thank
group.
my friend Madeline Faiella all the way from Hollywood, Florida.
Thank you, love.
And you know what? If you like this segment, please go ahead, like, share, and subscribe to our channel.